Hey everyone, this is Chris with Elevation Construction. This is video number 4 for our multifamily value add video course, and I'm here again with Alma Chavez. What's up, Alma? How are you?
Hi, Chris. Very good.
Good,
Very
good, good.
happy to spend some time with you talking
hmm
about our projects. That's
Yeah, that's
always
right. It's always fun,
great.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent. So if this is the first video you're watching, we have 3 other videos. One is the introduction video. The second one is where do you start? So you're talking about coming up with a strategy with your home inspection report and your property management maintenance records. Coming up with a strategy for that. And then the next one, video number 3, was exterior renovations, what to consider and how to start those. So if you haven't watched those yet, go back, watch those, and then come back to video number 4. So today, what we're going to talk about, Alma, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we're going to talk about renovating common areas,
hmm
which will also add value to your property.
Yes. Yeah. And we talk
Mhm.
about common areas. What areas have we done before?
We've done landscaping, we've
hmm
done laundry areas,
hmm
which
hmm
are very important,
Yeah.
and parking lots.
hmm
And well, maybe I wasn't sure if the fence will be included here, but
The fence is going to be on the security side.
okay.
So yeah, that's
Okay,
going to be
okay.
the next video.
So those are
Spoiler
the
alert,
three ones.
security's next.
Yes. Yeah, I guess it works for people to be ready for the
Yes,
fence.
exactly. Get
But yeah,
excited.
should we start with the laundry room?
Yeah, let's start with the laundry room. And one thing that we noticed when we're on the property management side, of course, construction side, you don't see too much of the tenant interaction and how tenants get excited about certain things. But on the property management side, once we were able to renovate laundry rooms and put in better machines and make it look really nice and welcoming, the tenants were excited. And it does a couple things. One, the tenants get excited, they start using the facilities more instead of going out, because we found that a lot of tenants were going to laundromats down the street instead of using the laundry room here because it was just in bad shape. So now they don't have to do that anymore. They can stay on the complex, do their laundry, and they were just excited. And then it shows the tenants that the owners are actually taking care of the property. And it just gives them a sense of like, oh, okay, good. Things are turning around. Things are going to be really good here. And I could probably live here for a while. So the tenants get pretty excited about that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So let's talk about a couple of laundry rooms that we did. This one was here in Houston. I'm going to share my screen here. It's always good to show photos so that we can show off the work and it's better to explain. So this was an apartment complex, obviously here in Houston, South Houston area, and it was in really bad shape. As you can see in this one here, there was a lot of water damage right here. They had water damage down here on this wall, so we had to take out all the drywall. We actually replaced that window as well. Water damage there on that frame. So basically, they had this door and this little cabinet here, which housed the hot water heater. But this cabinet here, or whatever you wanted, this little closet, it just was not built really well at all. It was, you could touch it and it would just wobble. It was in really bad shape, water damage everywhere. So what we did was we just demolished it. And as you can see here, we demolished all that. We demolished where the water damage was on the wall, and then we just
Mm-hmm.
put everything new in there. Let me see if I'm missing any folder or photos. I think that's all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it looked like before. The machines were old. They were just machine or coin operated machines. And the thing about coin operated machines, you have cash on the complex, and or not cash, but you have money on the complex in that room. What does that do? It attracts thieves to come and steal those coins. We've had so many coin machines someone tried to break into them, damage the locks. We had to get a locksmith in there to change things around. It was just a mess. So we'll show you what the solution was here in a bit. But as you can see, that closet, we rebuilt it, put in a brand new door, fixed all the water damage. There's water damage up on the ceiling as well that we fixed. And then as you can see underneath the window here, all that was replaced. And it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those are the machines. But what we did was we put epoxy flooring on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it's a nice look. It looks nice and fresh. And especially if you just have a concrete floor, if you put this on there, it protects the concrete. If one of the machines happen to overflow, which happens from time to time, you got the epoxy flooring there to protect the concrete. So and it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Completely
remember these machines?
waterproof.
Yeah, exactly. Um,
Especially when you have I mean, there could be a malfunction with the machines,
mhm.
sometime if something happens,
Yeah,
n-
exactly. We've had that
everything is
before
protected.
where we had the drain would clog up for some reason, or you had too many machines draining at the same time, and then we would just have to get the plumber in there and stuff. So every now and
Mm-hmm.
then you get so many people using those machines, they are going to overflow from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about these?
The machines?
Yeah.
No, you go ahead. You go
Okay, I'll
ahead. You
take
talk
it.
about the machines.
All right, so we were talking about the coin operated machines, which is a bad idea because you have coins there on the property. People will break into it. This is an application based machine. So, an app on your phone, you download it, and you can see this box here is, I think it's either a cellular or maybe Wi Fi type thing where it just is like the motherboard for all the machines. So, essentially, you pay through the app and you can pay and you can say, "Oh, I'm going to do laundry room or washer number one," and then you start it and you get it going. It pays through the app. You load money onto the app. It pays the machine, and then the machine will actually tell you, "Hey, you got 5 minutes left. Come down and get it." So you come down and get it, and then you do the same thing for the dryer. The dryer say, "Hey, I'm almost done. Come get me."
Yeah, that's excellent. Makes it efficient for the
Hmm.
tenants to not leave their clothes for a long time and somebody else can use
Yeah.
the machines. It makes
Uh-huh.
it more efficient.
It does, and it cuts down on a lot of frustration because when I was on the Navy ship, we had machines like this that were not app based, and sometimes someone would just leave the laundry in the dryer for days. You're like, "What's going on here?" So they'd be take it out, throw it on the floor, and they can come pick it up later. So, and I'm sure tenants do that too, right?
I'm sure, yeah.
um,
Angry tenants do that.
exactly. It causes a little frustration, but if you have the app telling you to pick up your clothes, it's a little bit better. Let's go to this one here. This one, I don't have some good photos on here. I just have the after photos, but we can explain what we did here. As you can see, we did the same epoxy flooring here. Um, we had to do this. So this drain here, this used to overflow, and what we found was that when the washer would drain into this, it would just overflow and it was all clogged up. It's really really old building, so we had to
Hmm.
cut into this concrete, change out that valve, and change a backflow valve and all this stuff, and then we put the concrete back on, and then we put epoxy flooring on it. We took the coin machines out and put the app based machines in there. Put in some really nice updated lighting on top there. Just painted everything, made it look nice and fresh, and the tenants there loved it. They really enjoyed coming down here and doing their laundry. And sometimes they would just hang out down there and just read a book while they did laundry. So it was a nice,
Oh,
welcoming environment. Yeah, it was really cool.
well lighted place.
It is. It is. I
Hmm.
mean, I
Hmm.
go down there, drink some coffee, read a book, and do your laundry. Why not? Right? It's cool stuff. That's what you want your tenants to do. Just like, hey, let's go hang out the laundry room, right?
Exactly. They will get
Mm-hmm.
to know each other and
Mm-hmm.
see each other's laundry. Yeah.
Exactly.
Clean and dirty.
It's right. All right. So this one here is a little bit of a larger project. We did this one several years ago. So it was a very large room, 32 unit complex, a large room, and it had three machines and three dryers. And that's what the owner just wanted. He just wanted the 3 and 3, and that was enough. But there's so much extra space, so you could see here the machines are and initially were in the back here. But what we did was we moved them up front, and we closed off this wall. This is what it looks like before. We created a closet for that hot water heater, so no one would mess with it. And I'll just go through these photos real quick. So this is all the before. This is an
Hmm.
office on
Hmm.
the other side of the wall. And what we did was we knocked down the back wall to make it one big room, but we closed off the laundry room. Some of these are um, unnecessary to show, but they're in here. But this area here, we opened up this wall right here. So this whole office in that back area became one big room, and then the washing machine area was closed off. Too many photos, so I'll keep going. So as you can see, we opened this up. We found that there was a support post there, so we kind of adjusted our plans.
Mhm. Mhm.
So you could see here we had an electrical. We need to move that over there. Electrical here, so we moved it up there. So these are the things that we took photos of, sent it to our electrician just to make sure that he knew what was going on. So you can see we're closing up the front. We didn't bring the machines in yet because we're taking out all of those old machines and we're replacing them with those app-based machines that we're talking about. And if you guys
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
interested, it was wash.com that we use. So go to wash.com. You can check them out. I'm sure there's others out there like it. We're framing in the closet there for the hot water heater, created the vent system, excuse me, the 220 outlets for the dryers. And then here are the vents coming out of the back. So this is what it looked like. We put LVP flooring in there, waterproof LVP flooring, which is really nice. Made the laundry room look really good compared to just like throwing down some concrete or just even epoxy flooring. We put LVP on the other side too. And they after a while they just decided, well, we're not quite sure what we're going to do that. Maybe we'll make an office back there or whatever.
Mhm.
But here's the after of putting in those app-based machines. You got 3 washers and 3 dryers, and people loved it. This looked really good. This was our first laundry room that we did,
Mm.
and it
Yeah.
came out
Mhm.
really
Mhm.
nicely. Yeah, we've done quite a few of them. We're just a few examples here of what we've done. Um, but yeah, so laundry rooms is a big ticket item, I would say, mainly because you want to have that's a place that tenants go to often. You want them to use it there because if they're using your laundry room, then you're making money on the laundry. So why not, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Um,
It works for everyone. And it
exactly.
shows just how many we have done,
Hmm.
just shows how important it is, right? Like
Exactly.
everyone,
Yeah.
every investor has wanted to do these changes on the laundry rooms and make improvements for their
Hmm.
tenants. Because I think it will be a deal breaker for some people. There's no laundry room, right?
And that's true because when we were in property management and the complex didn't have a laundry room, they weren't happy, so they moved on.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One thing about those app-based machines, I forgot to mention, it all depends which company you use, but the particular one that these investors used, Wash.com, that company did provide the machines. So you don't have to buy machines. They provide the machines. And then if a machine gets messed up, there's a way for the tenants to scan a QR code and report a problem. And then the company will come out and fix it. Right. So the liability or the maintenance and all that stuff on the machines doesn't fall on the investor. It falls on the company. The downside of it is, I believe there is a larger split for the revenue of the washing machine or for the money coming in from the washers and dryers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what that split is, but they do get a split of that. But the positive is that you don't have to buy a machine. You don't have to worry about maintaining it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Not to worry about the money of buying the machines, just
Exactly.
renovating the space mostly and
Exactly.
the
Right.
connections.
100%. Yep. You make the place look nice, people are going to come. The next thing
Great.
we could talk about, this is going to be really short, a parking lot. So would a parking lot attract tenants? Well, a bad parking lot would probably make good tenants walk away, right?
Yeah.
Um, I don't
Anything
have
ugly.
anything ugly. That's right. I should have dug around some more, but I do have some before photos of this. But essentially, there's a huge crater here from the trees growing roots over the decades that it was here, and it was just a really messy parking lot. Whenever it rained, it flooded. There was a dumpster right in the middle here, and it was just ugly parking lot. So we demolished everything. We excavated all the roots from the trees, and then we just put new soil down, so rock, and then um, what do you call it? We leveled it out and made sure that it was sloped in a way so that way it drained into the drain. So there's one up here and one down here. But as you can see, it's a very good looking parking lot, and it's nice and fresh. And when you go into a complex where it's freshly painted, um, this is like around the time where the grass kind of dies, but you come in, it's a fresh parking lot, like, oh wow, this is kind of nice, right?
Mm-hmm. And you
So
have your assigned
mhm,
parking space. You're
exactly.
sure that nobody's going to take it because they're
Hmm.
numbered.
Yep.
No excuses.
No excuses. No
Oh, we
excuses.
also forgot to mention the pavers, which is included in the landscaping, I
Yep.
guess.
That was the next
If
one.
landscape, now that we're talking about pretty and ugly, the landscaping really makes a
Yeah,
difference, right?
it does. We were so there was this walkway to the back of this complex here, and it was grass. I mean, it wasn't like really horrible. It just wasn't welcoming, right?
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
so this is what it looked like before. This is when we started preparing the grass and the area for the pavers. So before there was just a bunch of grass here essentially, and kids playing around and whatnot. But the owner wanted to put pavers in there, and let's take a look at what it looks like after. And this is looks very nice, very nice. As you can see, the pavers came in. We still have that little irrigation compartment
mm-hmm,
there that we kept. We just worked around it and worked it
mm-hmm.
within the sidewalk. So this was uh, this was a really nice addition to what we had going on. So basically, it was a walkway to this door here to the right, and we put up a nice little vinyl
Yeah,
fence there just to block
uh-huh.
it off.
We did the fence too. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that was a really good project. Very simple. What
Very
that maybe took
fast.
it took what, a day, maybe two
Yeah.
days.
Just a
Um,
day. Just a day. Mm-hmm.
Not super expensive, but you could see how it just looks nice.
Yeah, and
You
this
have
was just
go
for
ahead.
basically for one apartment,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
this was leading to a back unit.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess for that one, that unit, it makes a difference for the tenants. And
Exactly. Exactly. And then, adding this in there, putting in the fence, I mean, it's really not that much money. And then you just add some lighting in there. It just makes it look welcoming and
there's a lot of
pleasing to the eye.
options and colors and
Mm-hmm.
patterns to pick from,
Yeah.
and it is just like a whole decoration
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
place. Hmm.
Yeah. So essentially, when we're talking about the common areas, we could talk about swimming pools or any place on the complex where people gather, a playground maybe. Now, if here's one thing though, if some investors have these like big areas of grass, they're like, oh, we're going to put a playground in there so it can attract families and they can go and have fun, which is great. You got to make sure that you talk to your insurance agent first to see how that's going to affect your insurance. So there's
Hmm.
liability there if kids are going to be falling. And things like that. So you want to do your research on that before you do it. But if you do it, it's cool, right? It brings people in. It welcomes families. Let's say you got a playground, you got a really nice laundry room, you got lights, and you have pavers. Like it's welcoming, and
Hmm.
it'll attract the tenants you want, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Families, right?
Yep.
Lots
Bring
of
in the
people want
families.
the families.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Great.
So anyway, those are some examples of the common areas that we've done. Some of our recommendations based on our experience of doing the renovations ourselves and also the property management side. So highly recommend that you all do this. Make your place look really nice. It's welcoming and inviting. Looks good on photos when people drive by, like, oh, check it out. I want to move there. And then, like I said earlier, you'll attract the type of tenants you want. And as you transition the tenants that are not paying the rent, maybe they're a little bit of a trouble and they move on, you can backfill it with the great tenants that you like to have. And they stay a while because you treat your place really nice. So,
Hmm.
that's our common area video. This is video number 4. Remember to go check out videos 1, 2, and 3. Next video is going to be video number 5, which is
Safety.
safety and security. Yep, that's right.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, till the next video, thank you.
Thank you.